Morning, everybody. Happy New Year's. This is my second video. I told y'all I was going to make in my first one, I told you I was going to be having surgery on my neck, and I wasn't, unfortunately, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to make one in the hospital. Just was a little bit too much pain, and was kind of out of it from the pain meds. Came home yesterday. It's been 2 days. And then I spent 2 days in the hospital, and then came home. Had a little bit of a surprise. Oh, by the way, if y'all are wondering about the facial hair, I shaved it off because I didn't know how long it would be before I could shave and trim my face. So I thought, well, I'll just take it off and it'll grow back. I mean, it's a replenishable resource, I guess. Listen, I apologize for the hiccups. I don't know why I'm hiccuping. If anybody can tell me, please let me know, because it's driving me nuts. But anyway, anyhow, I had a little bit of a surprise with the surgery. Initially, thought that C2, or no, I'm sorry, C3-4 and C4-5, those two discs had herniated and were pressing on the spinal cord. From the scan, the MRI, that's what it appeared to be. And it was pretty prominent in the picture of the MRI. My surgeon, once he got in there, he wanted to check everything because this is the third time I've had an operation on my C-spine. And so before he did anything, he wanted to check all the variables. So while he was in, he first went to those two levels, and he noticed that the discs had not actually herniated. They were still intact. They were just very badly bulging. And so that clued him into that there was something else going on. So he made his way down the spine. The last surgery I had, the first surgery I had in 2008, they fused C5-6, and then the second surgery in 2010 they fused C6-7, and they were done by two different doctors in Dallas, and of course I'm in Arkansas now. He noticed that as he starts going down, that the hardware on C6-7, which was the 2010 surgery, was broken. The screws on the top had broken loose in the bone, and the plate went out, kicked out of the bone, and was actually on the x-ray that he gave me a picture of. It looks almost like a 45-degree angle, or close to 45-degree angle, sticking out from my bone, which may have explained some of the swallowing problems I was having. Anyway, in addition to that, the bone graft that they put in never took. It had basically disintegrated, so there was just an open space there. And of course, with the plate being broken off, there was nothing holding all that together. And he told me that it's not very common for this to happen. And he's seen it a few times in his practice. And he said, and most of the time, he said he was very surprised that it hadn't collapsed. That the other times he's seen it, the weight of your head and everything had caused it to collapse. So I guess I kind of lucked out there. But anyhow, so that all of a sudden changed the tone of the surgery. And he reconstructed that. He took out the plate, inserted a new bone graft, put in a different kind of plate. The screws, he couldn't get what was left out of the bone, so they're just left in there. He couldn't get them out without doing a lot of damage, so he just used something different. He is in hopes in a couple of months he wants to do another scan and visualize these C3-4 and 4-5, because he thinks that since they didn't go ahead and rupture or herniate, he's hoping that when this thing happened, it made my neck go out of alignment, And unfortunately, it didn't show up on any scans because there was so much swelling. He said there was a tremendous amount of inflammation around it. And he said, that it just, and I remember on the initial scan, there was an area that looked almost like you had just smudged it. And I had a couple of radiologist friends back in Dallas look at it, and they said that it looked like inflammation. And anyway, but it was disguising the hardware. And so anyhow, he's in hopes that now that all this is put back together and lined up, that the C3, 4, and 4, 5 will go back into place. If not, we'll address it then. I hope I get rid of these hiccups. If anybody's got any clues, let me know. I've done everything. Hold my breath. Of course, I can't hang upside down and drink water. So I eat sugar, and you name it. I've tried it, but it just don't seem to be working quite yet. And I think a lot of it's because the incision, it goes up, and I can feel it pull. Now today I get to remove the tape and stuff, and I get to take that off the dressing, and I don't have to put it back on. I got the little steri strips and dissolvable stitches, and you leave that in place, but I'll get to take that cover off. And so I think that might help, because right now it's pulling. I can feel it pull. And of course the drainage tube, they took that out, and that's still pretty tender, but I get to take that off today too. And then tomorrow I get to get a shower, which I desperately need, but they wanted it to be on the 3rd day. So I smell like a goat. So y'all can't smell me anyhow, so it don't matter, I don't guess. Alrighty, well listen, I don't want to take up any more of your time. This has probably gotten pretty lengthy. Pain-wise, it hasn't been too bad. I have to admit, compared to the first 2 surgeries, it hasn't been bad at all. And I kind of attribute that to the fact that it's in an area that's already been done. So, any kind of nerves or anything probably are already dead anyway. So it's not like a new area. So it hasn't been too bad. Restrictions seem to be not quite as lengthy of a restriction, simply because I'm not losing any movement. I'm going to be just right back where I was before, because it's the same level that's been done before. And of course I have to wear the collar. It's just a soft collar. I have a hard one if I need one, if I feel like I need a little more security. It just depends on what I do. He said, pretty much if I'm up doing anything at all, even walking around the house, he wants a collar on there. Let's see, he said no driving for like 3 to 4 weeks, which don't have to worry about that. I'm kind of phobic about it, I guess, and probably a little too much so, because I'm thinking, well, I already broke one plate and I don't want to break another. Anyhow, we'll let you know. I'll keep you posted every few days. I'll try to make a video and tell you if there's any developments, but so far it's just kind of smooth sailing, and I just can't figure out why that thing broke, and how long was it broken, and that's that kind of concerns me. But it's out of there, and it's a new day, and we're starting a new year, and going to tear them up. Alrighty, well, y'all be good, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.